The Dow Jones Industrial Average, DJIA, rallied to record levels in November, hitting 30,000 and wrapping up its best month in more than 3 decades as breakthroughs in vaccines spurred an investor shift towards sectors that were hardest hit by virus-induced shutdown. Although it dipped slightly at the beginning of the month owing to concerns related to wrangling in DC over a potential stimulus package, the DJIA hit its all-time intraday high yesterday. The Food and Drug Administration's COVID-19 vaccine authorization for emergency use in the United States marks a significant milestone in the path toward an economic recovery and the world's potential return to the old normal. This progress could result in a big stock market rally in the coming months. While the whole entire market is bullish about the swift rollout of the first of potentially several vaccines, the best performing stocks of the DJIA should be among the frontrunners. Microsoft Corporation ticker MSFT, Salesforce ticker CRM, Nike ticker NKE and Apple ticker AAPL are 4 such DJIA stocks that are expected to hit new highs going into 2021 based on their solid revenue and earnings growth. Microsoft Corporation ticker MSFT. Microsoft is one of the most prominent and successful players in the technology industry. Operating in through 3 segments: productivity and business processes, intelligent cloud, and more personal computing. The company's products have thrived, buoyed by demand for internet-based software and cloud services needed to accommodate a shift to remote working during the COVID-19 crisis. On December 10th, Microsoft and Deutsche Telekom Group announced a 7-year strategic partnership to help enterprises and individual customers accelerate digitalization and enhance productivity. This will enable Microsoft to accelerate its innovation and deliver high-quality services based on customer demands. The company has recently collaborated with Johnson Controls to digitally transform how buildings and spaces are conceived, built, and managed. Microsoft also announced the availability of Microsoft Azure Digital Twins to support the entire ecosystem of building and device management technologies. This will allow Microsoft to better meet the evolving needs of its customers. Microsoft's revenue has increased 12.4% year-over-year to $37.20 billion in the fiscal first quarter ended September 30, 2020. Revenue from the Intelligent Cloud segment increased 19.7% year-over-year to $13 billion, driven by growth in consumption-based services. And net income rose 30.1% from the year-ago value to $13.90 billion, while EPS grew 31.9% year-over-year to $1.82. The consensus EPS estimate for the current quarter ending December 30, 2020 indicates an 8.6% improvement from the year-ago value. Moreover, Microsoft has an impressive earnings surprise history, with the company beating consensus EPS estimates in each of the trailing 4 quarters. The consensus revenue estimate of $40.20 billion for the current quarter indicates an 8.9% growth from the same period last year. The stock has gained 35.8% year to date. Salesforce ticker CRM. Salesforce is involved in the development of cloud computing solutions for businesses. The company's primary focus is on customer relationship management. In addition, it provides professional services and education services, including instructor-led and online courses, and support and adoption programs. On December 2nd, the company introduced Salesforce Hyperforce to deliver the Sales Cloud, Service Cloud, Marketing Cloud, and Commerce Cloud securely and reliably on major public clouds. This launch is expected to accelerate Salesforce's global customers' digital transformations and empower them to grow fast on their trusted platform. Salesforce recently announced that its AI-powered Salesforce Einstein can now deliver more than 80 billion predictions per day across all solutions. The company has also launched Revenue Cloud, which is aimed at helping businesses maximize their revenues. Salesforce's revenue increased 20% year-over-year to $5.42 billion in the third quarter ended October 31, 2020. Cash flow from operations grew 14% from the year-ago value to $0.34 billion, while operating income rose 244.6% from the prior year quarter to $224 million. Gross profit increased 19.1% year-over-year to $4.03 billion over this period. The consensus EPS estimate for the current quarter ending December 2020 indicates a 13.6% improvement from the year-ago value. Moreover, Salesforce has an impressive earnings surprise history, with the company beating consensus EPS estimates in each of the trailing 4 quarters. The consensus revenue estimate of $5.68 billion for the current quarter indicates a 17.2% growth from the same period last year. The stock has gained 36.1% year to date. Nike ticker NKE. Nike, a sports footwear and apparel giant, has managed to retain the top spot within its industry for many years. The company's online business is booming as consumers are turning to its website and app to shop for sneakers and workout apparel, even during the pandemic. Earlier this year, Nike announced senior leadership changes in the company to support consumer direct acceleration. This strategic leadership change will allow the company to accelerate its digital transformation across all operating segments and enhance client experience. Nike has stepped up its direct-to-consumer online strategy amid the pandemic, developing its workout app to drive digital sales. The company's direct sales have increased 13% year-over-year, on a currency-neutral basis, to $3.70 billion in the fiscal first quarter ended August 31, 2020. Its net income grew 11% from the year-ago value to $1.50 billion, while EPS rose 10% year-over-year to 95 cents. The consensus EPS estimate of 75 cents for the next quarter ending February 2021 indicates a 41.5% increase year-over-year. And the consensus revenue estimate of $10.80 billion for the next quarter indicates a 6.9% increase from the same period last year. The stock has gained 34.5% year to date. Apple ticker AAPL. Apple, one of the big five companies in the US information technology industry, designs, develops and sells consumer electronics, computer software, and online services. Its high-quality products drive customer loyalty that allows it to demand premium prices for its products. On December 8, the company announced the launch of AirPods Max with high-fidelity audio, active noise cancellation, and spatial audio. Apple has also recently introduced Apple Fitness Plus, which gives users the option to work out anywhere and at any time with the screen that best suits them. These breakthrough products will broaden Apple's market reach and give a boost to its revenue. Apple has also recently unveiled a new line of Mac products. The company has introduced a new MacBook Air, 13-inch MacBook Pro, and Mac Mini powered by the M1 processors, its first generation of internally produced chips. It is hoped that the new features of the new lineup will allow the company to provide seamless experiences to all its customers and drive business growth. Apple's revenue increased 1% year-over-year to $64.70 billion in the fourth quarter ended September 30, 2020. Cash flow from operating activities rose 16.3% from the year-ago value to $80.67 billion. The consensus EPS estimate of $1.39 for the current quarter ending December 31, 2020 indicates an 11.2% improvement from the year-ago value. Moreover, Apple has an impressive earnings surprise history, with the company beating consensus EPS estimates in each of the trailing 4 quarters. The consensus revenue estimate of $102 billion for the current quarter indicates in 15.3% growth from the same period last year. The stock has gained 36.1% year to date.